Students, in our last class, we have discussed about globe, maps, then latitudes also, and what are latitudes? Latitudes are parallel lines or the imaginary lines which are circles, and there are 180 parallels are there on the globe, and the largest parallel is 0 degree and it is called equator, and it divides the earth into two equal halves. So in our last video we have understood all this, and the distance between one latitude to another latitude is same. The total number of latitudes we find 180, and from 0 degree to from middle, as I told you earlier, from 0 degree to 90 degree north, it is called northern hemisphere, and from 0 degree to if we go south side, it is called southern hemisphere. That means two equal halves we find, northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. And there also we discussed that the four lines are very important, four parallels or latitudes. These are 23.5 degree north, 66.5 degree north, 23.5 degree south, 66.5 degree south. And the names are also there. These names are Tropic of Cancer. Then if we go south, it is Tropic of Capricorn. If we go 66.5 degree north, it is called Arctic Circle, and if we go southern hemisphere, it is called Antarctic Circle. So up to this much we have discussed, and now we will discuss longitudes. So students, these things are very easy, just you have to think about that. So these are all imaginary lines. These lines are not actually there on our earth. The longitude, this is called longitude, the middle longitude, that means like 0 degree or equator. Here also we find in the middle this line, it is called 0 degree. In the middle, which line is there, it is called 0 degree, and the name it is prime meridian. The name is given, it is prime meridian. That means from North Pole to South Pole. From North Pole to South Pole, from here it starts and here it ends. It is the 0 degree, that means prime meridian, and it is in Greenwich. In London, one place is there, just near London, one place is there, it is called Greenwich, and here this line, this imaginary line is given, and it is called prime meridian or 0 degree longitude. And there are 316 longitudes, and it is also called meridian. These longitudes, all the longitudes are also called meridians. So that is why it is called prime meridian. These longitudes are also called meridians. So here we find there are from here to here in the complete globe we find 360 meridians or longitudes. And from 0 degree, if we go this side, we find 180 meridians or longitudes, and from 0 degree, if we go this side, we find 180 degrees. It is called degrees. These lines, one line is 1 degree. So there are 360 lines or longitudes. These are called 360 degrees. The lines of longitudes appear vertical but are actually halves of great ellipses. That means these lines, if we see, it is vertical, but these are half circle. These are all half circles. From this point, North Pole to South Pole, it ends. And again, from back side also, lines are there. So these are not complete circle. When we join the two meridians, then it makes one circle. Otherwise, it is half circle. So their length is same. That means from here to here, length is from all the meridians, the length is the same only. However, the distance between the longitude is the maximum at the equator. So if the equator is here, suppose this is the equator. So here we find the distance is more here. Okay, the distance between longitude, one longitude to another longitude, because this is the great circle, you can say. So here we find the globe is in the middle part, it is the largest part. So here we find the distance from one meridian to another meridian, the distance is more here. And if we go up, it will be less. If we go down, then also it will be less. And longitudes are marked as 180 degree east. So suppose if we are going to this side, it is 180 degree east and it is 180 degree west. That means if we go from the prime meridian, if we go the east side, we find 180 meridians, and if we go this side, we find 180 meridians, and these are called degrees. So 180 degree east and 180 degree west. And unlike the latitudes, so not like the latitudes, longitudes are never parallel to each other. So these are not parallel to each other like the latitudes. This is not like that. The meridians of longitude are all the same length. Their length is same. Okay. Now this is about the longitude. Now how to locate place? Now we have found these lines. That means here we find the parallels, and there are 180 parallels. So these are the lines we find, and these lines are called grids. So these lines are only grids, meridians or longitudes and parallels or latitudes. So these lines are together called grids. So latitudes and longitudes run across a map from east to west, from east to west, this way goes, and from north to south, from north to south, this way it goes. So they cross each other. Here you can see, this is the crossing, this is the crossing. Here they crossing each other. When the lines are given, they cross each other at several points. So here you can see these are the points. So several points we find when we draw the lines. We find several points which are referred to as grids. So these are called the grids. Complete, it is called grids. We can locate places on maps with the help of these grids. So with the help of these grids, we can locate any place, whether it is east side, whether it is north side, whether it is south side. So this is why it is possible to find out the precise position. Now suppose one place is here. So we can find how much degree it is east side, how much degree it is north side, because this line is, this is the 0 degree, and if we go up it is the north, and if we go this side, it is the east side. So this way we can understand how much degrees this place is. So this way we can locate a place on the globe. The same thing can be done on a globe as well. So we can do it on a map and on a globe also. So these grids are very important to locate any place. Now understanding time zones. What are time zones? So there are certain regions on earth which follow a definite time throughout the year. That means certain regions, certain areas are there. They always follow their own time throughout the year. That means in a whole year they follow their time. This division is mainly based on border of countries. So this division is made based on the border of the country. Suppose we have our border, India also has our border. So like that, other countries are also there. So suppose the border of Pakistan and another country. So this is the border. Beyond that, another time is given. So like that, region is selected, and there are around 24 time zones in the world. So like that, if we divide the complete earth, then we find there are 24 time zones in the world. So I think all of you were clear about the grids on earth. What are called grids? So these latitudes and longitudes, parallels or meridians, these are the lines which cross each other and makes the grids. So this is about our second chapter, grids on earth. Now what are the important things we have learned from this chapter? So we have learned that a globe is the exact model of the earth. The equator, it is the imaginary line that divides the earth into two halves. This equator divides the earth into one part, two equal part. Latitudes are also called parallels and marked as 0 degree to 90 degree north and south of the equator. So from the equator 0 degree to 90 degree south, from equator 0 degree to 90 degree north. The longitudes are 360 in number. We find 360 longitudes. These longitudes we find complete 360, and running vertically. So these are the vertical lines running vertically from North Pole to South Pole. That means from this pole to this pole it joins. The latitudes and longitudes form a crisscross pattern called a grid. So it is like a crisscross. It is like a crisscross, and it is called grids. Time zones are followed in definite regions, primarily determined by borders of countries. So time zones are made and it is determined by the borders of the countries, and there are 24 time zones in the world. So these are students about this chapter, Arts on Grid. I think all of you will be very clear about this chapter. So watch the video, and if you have any doubt in our Zoom meeting, we can clear our doubts. So hope you will watch the video and try to understand. Thank you.